Hi, welcome to Two Boys Reviews. We're two crispy bros, and today we're reviewing Borderlands 3, so let's get into it. What'd you think of the game?
I really enjoy Borderlands. I just want to put that out there, just from the start. I guess I'm a little biased, because I think for me, Borderlands 2 was even one of my favorite games, so when they announced that the third one was coming, I was just like,
Yeah.
The third one kind of jumped past expectations in a lot of ways for me. I think it was better than the other three.
Yeah.
I think it just perfected its formula without changing the formula, and
You just really liked it? Yeah, I agree. For me, so I played a little bit of Borderlands 2. Never really played Tales from the Borderlands, but I was excited for this game. I'm not a diehard fan of this series. You really enjoyed Borderlands 2.
I'm not diehard like lore-wise.
Exactly,
really
but he was a
lot.
avid fan of them. I really enjoy them. I wouldn't call myself a fan, but this wasn't a really good game. So let's get into why it was good and why we liked or didn't like it and aspects of that.
Specifics.
Yeah, so let's get into it.
I think you had some harsher things to say about it, so I guess we could start with not the bad, but the bad side of the spectrum of a great game.
I did, so...
Because, I think we could say on record we both are, like, hella enjoying the
so
game. And we're not even done
overall,
playing it. Like, we're still rolling heavily, and there's endgame stuff that we still got to touch on, so, like...
Yeah, so we're not... This is one of those games, just like most looter shooters. I don't think, there's going to be a point where we say we're definitively done with the game. But we're at a good place, we feel like, to review it. So, I really liked it. The art style, for me, it's not my favorite. Objectively, I really liked it, and it's something different that you usually don't see in the industry.
Yeah.
And for their art style, I feel like they did it well,
Yeah.
That kind of comic-y look, I really liked it. For what it was, it's not my favorite, and so subjectively, me personally, I don't care for that as much, but I can still have an appreciation for it.
I feel the exact same way. Like, definitely it's not like the art style I would choose for a game.
Yeah.
But I can say that I didn't, like, budge points because I didn't like the art style.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because that's just what the game is. It's part of it. Let me put it this way. If they went away from that art style for the third one, I would have been like...
Yeah, no, I'm glad that they did what they did. It's just not my favorite. Okay, let's talk about graphics. What did you think?
I think nothing to rave about. We're in a world now of God of Wars and Red Dead Redemptions where there's some fucking competition.
Yeah,
I didn't grade harshly on it because I say it was good, and it was definitely a step up from the second one that was on the 360 and stuff, and even the remaster of the second one. But still, there's a certain point where you have to say,
and
look
I feel
at the competitors.
And I feel like a lot of that also comes down to its art style and that comic book look.
Yeah.
And there's only so much you can do with that, and they did it well. Granted, it does have you choose between really good like frames per second,
right,
versus gameplay and detail.
Well, I think that was between the X and the S. So he plays on an X, one X. I play on an S. That didn't happen for me.
Yeah, so we played on Xbox. He played it on the One S. I have a One X, and I did play it in 4K. I also have a 4K TV that I can use for that. And it looked nice, but I did have one big gripe, and I know you did too, and that was kind of drops in
frame
rate.
Happens so often.
Yeah, especially, and I know there have been some major problems with people who are playing split screen. So
yeah, it's been so bad. And I think, you could say, like, get the newer console, play it on PC. He has an X.
Yeah.
I have an S that's less than a year old.
I mean,
they're both run-of-the-mill
One X
consoles.
is, like, said to be, like, the most powerful console out there. Graphics, they were good. Granted, they weren't the best, but they weren't bad by any means.
Yeah.
So let's continue.
I think another big point that people have been making negatively about Borderlands is the characters and the humor. I think those are two things that I've kind of heard amongst the community. And one thing is that they took on, and actually I have something to say about that, is they took on a really progressive thing. Like Flack, the character I was playing as, I found out later is sexually ambiguous, as they say.
Isn't he a robot? I mean, I know that they put that statement out there.
But he's non-binary. is what he is, I do believe. Which, here's the deal. I hate when companies force that kind of stuff down your throat.
Yeah, I don't care.
And I didn't feel like Borderlands 3 did that, which was actually really nice.
Yeah.
Like, it was there, and it was really subtle. And so I didn't really give a fuck. But when companies, and that was kind of like what people griped about with Captain Marvel, was that they were just like...
It's feeling... yeah, exactly.
But I never felt like that personally in Borderlands. It was just more like, oh yeah, okay, whatever.
Well, and coming back from the political side to the more gameplay side, that kind of dry, just dark humor that Borderlands is known for. I don't really... How would you describe it?
Twisted? I don't know.
Yeah,
Twisted
exactly.
humor.
So that kind of humor and stuff, they made a lot of jokes, and then there was a lot of dialogue that...
was cancerous and...
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It annoyed the shit out of me. The dialogue was pretty bad, and I know that the voice acting was good.
Yeah, I never felt like the voice acting.
The voice acting never
that.
suffered. Props to them, but the script that they were given, I don't know. There were a lot of jokes. Some of them landed. They were they were pretty funny. I did laugh.
My chili recipe dies with me.
Yeah.
When you kill one of the psychos.
Just like,
I loved that.
Yeah, and just like little tiny things to make you go, ha ha.
Oh!
So, I don't know. And that's kind of... So here's the thing. It is not my style of humor. I didn't care for it. I didn't think it was funny. And a lot of the times I thought it was annoying. But it's what the series is known for, I guess, in a way. So...
But they did it better in the other games.
They did it better. Characters, again, same thing. There were a lot of characters. Some of them I liked. A lot of them I didn't like. I'm not gonna lie. I played as Zane. I actually really liked his character.
I liked all the main characters. All four of the main ones were pretty sick.
All four of the main ones were really cool.
Flack was hilarious. He would dish out stuff all the time.
And Zane, just hearing him talk, he has like this Celtic, I don't know, Scottish, Irish accent that was really just entertaining to listen to and listen to him converse.
Yeah.
And stuff
I felt
like
the
that.
same with Flack. It was good. Now, who he was conversing with sometimes, not my cup of tea. But
yeah.
I actually didn't. I disliked the humor, but I didn't hate the characters. I thought they were pretty fun.
And I did. They were, so those were great characters. Some of the characters I didn't like, though. Ellie.
Love Ellie.
She's a staple of the series. She's not funny. She's just really gross to me.
She's gross.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, I know what they were going for. Just didn't land with me. Claptrap, I get it. He's an icon. He's memorable.
Annoying as shit on purpose.
But he's annoying as shit. And again, on purpose, they know. But holy shit, man. Every time Claptrap said something, I wanted to throw my controller through the TV. It was bad.
I think one thing that the other Borderlands games did better than this one was putting humor by showing the humor almost.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
by like world building rather than just trying to do it in
by
forced dialogue.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times in the other games, like you'd shoot somebody and they would like, I don't have any
and that was
examples,
here. But anyway, so the characters for me, there were some okay ones. Tiny Tina, again.
I think I'm better.
Again, it's what the series is known for in Borderlands. Is this kind of over the top,
quirky,
exactly. Kind of humor. It's just not for me and not my favorite.
Yeah.
But it could be for some people. Okay, so let's move on to the next one.
We've reamed some shitty parts of this game now. Tell me, what made you?
I really like.
What made you say this game is awesome?
Okay,
because I know I have my opinions on this.
Yeah, guns. Guns were very good in this game. Of course, that's one of the selling points, over 1 billion guns. And that I feel like they did that a lot better than some of the previous. Exactly. Absolutely. When they say over 1 billion guns, you're like, oh, they changed the stat by 0.01% to say it's something. Right. I honestly haven't. I found similar-ish guns, like maybe 2 of a kind.
Yeah.
That are different, but a little bit similar. And yet I've collected hundreds of guns, and they're so different. I mean, there really is a huge variation. They all feel unique, yet powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now I'm using a legendary submachine gun that every other round it shoots 5 bullets, and it's just like, and they're like radiated bullets, and I'm just like, fun.
Yeah, and it's that crazy zany thing that Borderlands 3 is
doing it right.
exactly.
The guns and,
and
the gunplay,
gameplay, and everything. The sound design,
awesome,
top notch. The controller vibrations. People on PC, they can't, they can't experience that. But for a controller, that's one thing that I feel like is often overlooked that I tend to think of sometimes because that it's the feel of the gun. That combined with the recoil, and the look of the gun, the sound of the gun, all those things is what immerses you, right?
Right, absolutely.
And I thought that was on point in this game. I really liked it. So.
Yeah. I feel the same way, and honestly, I think another thing to talk about is how impressed we were when we got to Sanctuary.
Yeah.
So in this game, Sanctuary is a ship, and you go to different planets, and it's, no spoilers, but just so...
Yeah,
the first time
great.
we were playing together and we went to Sanctuary, both of us were just like,
dang,
oh,
yeah,
shit.
It's great.
And there's so much stuff that you can do on it. You decorate a room, you do all this shit that just keeps you engaged.
Okay, so that was something...
And it's just so, like, there's so many parts of this game that were just captivating and addictive and fun. Yeah. And just made you say, like...
It's the attention to detail.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You get your own room, and this is also probably more subjective, but you get your own room, and you get to, like, take trophy guns that you like and mount them. Yeah, you can gather, like, decorations for your room and decorate your room. Each room already comes with some presets based on the Vault Hunter you get.
Right, so Flack had, like, a dog
Flack
bed.
had, or, like...
a kitty litter place, whatever
a litter
you wanna
box
call
or
it,
something.
Yeah.
Zane had like a little weapons thing where he was working on like the drone he has or something. Right. I know Amara has like a Zen room, but it's just really cool. I really like the little things like that, the detail that allows you to personalize your character. And cosmetics.
Oh, they're good. They're good.
They're great in
Definitely.
this game. I really liked them.
I think it's not third person, so it's not like...
You're not going to see it all the time.
It's harder to pay attention to cosmetics when it's a first-person game.
I mean, it's pretty good. They struck that good balance between you can choose between kind of grounded things, different hairstyles and hats, and also
all those
crazy off the rail. I literally think one of them is like a unicorn head.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think they struck a really good balance between the two of those. Let's continue. What else did you like or dislike about the game?
I think we kind of covered all the bad that I disliked about it. Really, there wasn't much. Replay value, I think, is going to be
very
there,
good, especially...
each character is so different with the 3 different skill trees that they give you.
Yeah, skill trees are good.
Oh, so awesome. I think the co-op is a big part that I think is so good about this game, is that they've always been masters since the first game. They've been just so good. My sister's playing Moe's, and she doesn't play much, but one of the upgrades is when you make your mech, a person can actually get on top of it into a gun.
Yeah, it's the little things like that.
Yeah, anyway, so there was a lot of good co-op stuff. But yeah, I think we've covered.
I think so. Replay value is great, like we said, especially compared to other looter shooters on the market. This kind of raises the bar. Endgame stuff is great, and endgame is something that not everyone is going to play. And replay value obviously depends on how much you enjoy the game, how much time you put into the game. But I think it's definitely there. I think this is a game you're going to be able to come back to and keep playing, especially there's a bunch of things you unlock once you finish the main story, which is cool. And I think it's there.
Yeah. I think another thing that you can't overlook when you play a Borderlands game is the fun. Like, no matter if you're starting the game, you're center of the game, doing side missions, driving around doing nothing, designing your room, or in end game stuff after you've played 100 hours, I feel like there's never a point where you're like, ugh.
Yeah. The grind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's never like... Yeah. So...
I think that was great. I think, and especially compared to other looter shooters out there like Destiny, The Division, which I have also played. A lot of. I've played a lot of looter shooters. Especially in endgame, man, it gets really grindy.
Absolutely.
And it's just a grind to play after you finish all the main stuff. So I think they really did well there. And overall, like, I know that there's been some controversies with this game, and its launch and things like that and issues. But overall, Gearbox has made a great game.
Absolutely.
And this is a solid game. Yeah, I would highly recommend
having a good time.
picking it up. Yeah, go pick it up. It's not for everyone. It's not my personal favorite game, simply due to art style and humor and graphics and stuff like that. but that doesn't mean it's not a great game, and I'm certainly having a lot of fun
Yeah.
with it. Definitely will continue to.
And I also got to say on the opposite end of the spectrum, because we got two boys here, which is
Yeah, exactly.
which is fun. But currently, it is, I think, my number one contender for Game of the Year in thinking about what I've been playing this year.
Yeah.
Mine, which there hasn't been much this year, to be fair. It's been a little dry, but
It's there've been games that are good, not really many masterpiece games.
no, but Borderlands is one of those that I think will stay around. It's
think
good.
so.
It's a good game, and then we've got DLC coming too.
There will
Very
be
fun.
DLC content. We'll probably cover some of that.
Probably, yeah.
But as it stands right now, it's a really good game. Highly recommend going and picking it up. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But so I would give this game a 78%. And in my kind of preferences, objectively, it should probably be higher. For me, it's just not really my style of game. But regardless, I really enjoyed it. And this was something that I think, regardless of any of your personal preferences, it's a great game, and you're going to enjoy it.
So for me, being a longtime fan of the series and just really, really loving this game overall, I took off some points for humor, took off some points for lag, things like that. But really, it ended with a really high score for me. So I ended with a nice little 84.5 over here. So let's check out our Two Boys score. A nice little 82.5 on the Two Boys review scale.
Thank you for watching. Please follow, like, and subscribe for more content. We really enjoy making this. And overall, this is a great game. We highly recommend it. Go pick it up. And yeah, we'll see you crispy little fellas on the next one.